Hey everyone, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me again today. We are going to take a look in this video at some of my favorite recent hockey inserts from the last 10 years or so. So these are cards that have been featured, not these specific cards, but this insert set, a couple of times on my channel already. I'm a big hockey collector, in case you haven't seen any of these previous videos. And so, of course, in hockey, Upper Deck is the licensed name in the game. And for about the past 10 years, in their flagship hockey release, they have included canvas inserts, which are exactly what they sound like. Almost like if you remember the Upper Deck Masterpieces sets from baseball around 2007 or 2008. They are printed on canvas type stock. And here's an example of one that just came in today. This was picked up from Sport Lots, and this is from the very first canvas release, and it's a Hall of Fame goaltender, one of the all-time greats as far as netminders go, Marty Brodeur. And so there's a couple things that are distinct about these. They are printed on, I don't know if you'll get a sense for it here, but they're printed on sort of a canvas texture stock, as card stock, as the name would imply. And they're also known for featuring kind of unique or cool photos that are a little bit different than what you see in the flagship Upper Deck hockey release every year. So the first couple of years of this, these were only available to be pulled from actual packs of Upper Deck hockey cards. So they're a little bit rarer. In recent years, Upper Deck has entered into a promotion with ComC, an e-pack promotion where you can basically convert some of your virtual e-pack cards into real live Upper Deck inserts and parallels. And as that's taken place, the canvas line has become a little bit more available and a little bit cheaper and easier to locate. But these original early sets, like the Brodeur that you see there, are getting kind of tough to locate. So I scoop these up when I can find them, if they're available for pocket change, and they're Hall of Famers or future Hall of Famers that I really like. So here with Brad Marchand, also from the first set, you can kind of get a much better idea of the texture that I was referring to, the canvas texture. And again, a really great shot here as well, a goalie cam angle of him about to put the puck in the back of the net against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So I think, or I know actually for a fact, that these two came in a Sport Lots order recently and set me back just 50 cents a piece. So as I mentioned, I'm not buying these for, with investment in mind. I'm buying them because I enjoy them and I want them in my collection, but I am sort of making it a priority to target them just because of what I'm seeing happen with scarcity and pricing on these. Even the sets that have come out after the e-pack promotion, there are certain cards in those releases that are starting to demand pretty good coin on the secondary market, and I'll get into some of those in a future video, and we'll keep going on these for today. So another one from the first set, and this is a gentleman who's appeared on my channel so many times in the early going here, and I'm really just having a blast collecting his cards, and that is Alex Ovechkin, the sniper for the Washington Capitals. This is, of course, his very first canvas card, his inaugural card from the same set as the Marchand and Brodeur that you see here. Only difference being his is portrait or vertically oriented. But a nice celebration shot here, post-goal celebration from the Great Eight. And basically my goal with Ovechkin, because I do sort of collect him more so than most other modern players, is I would like to obtain 3 copies each of his canvas cards from that very first 2011 one that you see there, right up through this past season's 2020-21 release. So he has 10 canvas inserts from the standard flagship set now in total. I'd like to get 3 of each and line those up nicely in my Hockey Z folio. So along those lines, here's a second inaugural canvas Ovechkin that I grabbed alongside those first 2 that you see there. And then I have one more to show from the first 2011 set, and that is another guy who I'm enjoying collecting on the cheap, and who's arguably, he may go down as the greatest US-born star in NHL history. That is Patrick Kane of the Chicago Blackhawks. So he's shown here on the first canvas set, like Ovechkin, celebrating after a goal, arms aloft. It's actually kind of comical how similar these two poses are in some ways for a couple of guys that would go on or continue to be some of the brightest stars in the NHL. So happy to have this one. Don't really see a lot of these. I don't feel a need with Patrick Kane or some of these other guys to pick up, 3 copies a piece and lay them all out in a Z folio like I do with Ovechkin. So I'm just happy that I found one of his that I was able to take home. Skipping forward a couple of years, the next one that I have is from the 2014-15 release, and it is another Alex Ovechkin. So this is one of the 3 copies I hope to obtain of this card. This is actually my first copy. I never grabbed one of these originally when this set first came out. I don't know why. I know some folks are turned off by cards like this that feature an athlete in street clothes. That is sometimes the case for me, but I'll make an exception here because if you don't know, the trophy that Ovechkin is staring at here is the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy, which is awarded annually to the top goal scorer in the NHL. And so this is an award that Ovechkin has either won himself or shared with another player 9 times in his career. So it's just really fitting to have a card that pictures him sort of staring down that iconic trophy, and it's, goal scoring and sniping is very much what he's known for and what he's experienced so much success with during his career in the NHL. So happy to have that one, and I'm going to try to seek out 2 more copies of that if I can find them at a reasonable price, although that one in particular is getting harder and harder to track down. Having a tough time finding any of them available for like $5 or less, which is what I was hoping to stick to for this project, so we'll see. And then we'll skip ahead a couple of years. I did mention that some of these are getting pretty popular, even from the post-EPAC era, that are supposedly more readily available and have a higher print run. But with certain cards, I'm still seeing the value increase on those. And one that I predict that will likely happen with is this Ovechkin here. This is from the 2017-18 release, and I love this one for obvious reasons. We've talked about it, or I've talked about it on the channel before. Ovechkin finally got the monkey off his back and won a Stanley Cup in the spring and summer of 2018, progressing through the playoffs and eventually winning a championship. And this canvas card is just awesome because it shows him in his sweater, witnessing the raising of the Stanley Cup championship banner for 2018 to the rafters in his home rink. So just an awesome, awesome photograph there. This type of card is sort of what the canvas line is all about to me. I just love the kind of quirky or photographs that aren't the same thing that you see every day in the standard Upper Deck flagship product. And I like this one enough and found a seller on Sport Lots who just happened to have 4 copies available. So was able to instantly acquire the 3 that I need for my Z Folio plus 1 extra, just because these were like $1.25 a piece. And with the trends that I'm seeing in canvas card pricing for some of these stars, since I've been kind of perusing quite a bit of canvas and really collecting a decent amount of it lately, I feel like there's not going to be a whole lot more opportunity to get this particular card for just $1 and change. So really happy that I was able to put that to bed. I would even consider, honestly, picking up a couple more of those if I find them at, $2 or under price range, just because I think the photo is so iconic that as he winds down his career, that card has the potential to get very, very popular. And then the last one that I have for today from the canvas realm is the current darling of the NHL, Connor McDavid of the Oilers. I love collecting McDavid cards. So does everybody who's a hockey card collector. This guy is a generational talent. He is heads and tails above his opponents on most nights, and he really epitomizes the, a man playing among boys saying. In all of my time as a fan, outside of Wayne Gretzky and maybe at times Mario Lemieux, I can't really think of too many guys who just look so much better than everybody else who is playing on their level. And, you talk to so many people and you realize how difficult it is to even make an NHL roster or see action in a single game. And then, you take that knowledge and you look at what he's been able to accomplish at his young age and just how far in excess he seems to be related to his peers as far as his speed and overall talent. And I'm just very, very excited to see how his career pans out. Like Ovechkin, I would like to get 3 copies of each of his canvas cards for a Z-Folio layout. And the one that you see there is his brand new canvas that just came out from Upper Deck's 2020 Series 2 flagship release. So I grabbed that one off Sport Lots, and we'll be searching out 2 others to go along with that to populate the Z-Folio. The only difference with McDavid is his rookie cards came in 2015, and so he has a rookie card in canvas format, which I do not own. It is probably the single biggest canvas card that I wish I had, but I'm currently priced out of. Would love to land one of those someday, and would hope to, but certainly not going to spend the money to track down 3 copies of that. So in his case, I'm hoping to pick up 3 raw copies each from his second year canvas on up. So that is the first of my 2020s for McDavid, and just a nice overall look there at quite a few canvas that have come in and joined the collection in recent weeks. I'll continue to show these as I pick them up on videos like this or mail call videos, and eventually when the Z-Folio gets a little bit further along here, I'll probably do a dedicated video and kind of show you my progress and how that's looking. Really excited to see how all of these look kind of lined up together in that format. So something to look forward to down the line, but for today, we'll cut it short here. I appreciate everybody that stuck with me, especially if you made it to the 12-minute mark, and I will be back soon with some more sports card content. Take care.